All right, guys, I'm going to be going over something that is going to supercharge your game and life if you apply it. And what I mean by supercharge it is everything is going to start increasing, improving, get better. You're going to be able to overcome hurdles faster and more efficiently. You're going to be able to grow in certain skill areas faster and efficiently. You're just going to improve absolutely everything with this one simple thing. So that's coming up next. Hi guys, my name is Dave. You know the rest. This is Simplysoccer, where we are producing videos pretty much every day at the moment to help you improve your game and stand out on the pitch. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell icon. Also download my free ebook Game Changer down below. Again, absolutely free to get 33 different ways to improve your game and stand out on the pitch. I think it's actually more than that now since we updated it, but you can get that for free down below. Now I want to go over an idea with you today that is really actually going to supercharge your game, and this is also something you will apply to your life. Now this is something that I learned from someone who's a mentor to me, someone who's operating at an incredibly high level because he applies certain mindsets like this. This is an elite mindset. This is something that elite athletes use, businessmen, whatever else you want to put in there. Celebrity chefs, I don't know, I couldn't think of something else. But it's basically people who are at the very top, they apply this mentality. And the mentality is how you do anything is how you do everything. And now let me explain what that means. How you do anything is how you do everything. You see, we have to understand is that life is really about consistency. If you believe in the universe and oneness and all that kind of thing, the quote I would give you is the universe flows consistently. What you consistently give it, it will give you back. And so how you do anything is how you do everything means is the way you approach anything, the way you approach just a thing that you think is completely unrelated to your game is how you're going to approach your game. How you approach something in one area of your life is ultimately the attitude you're going to bring to another area. And so, for example, if you are going through the motions in one area of your life, it is going to most likely seep into something else. This is really about being impeccable with your actions and your words and your thoughts and everything else. Because, for example, the very simple example about going through the motions in training. Well, I tell players all the time, how you train is the way you'll play. So if you go through the motions in your training, how you do anything, how you do your training is going to spill over into your matches. It just works that way. If you develop consistently the attitude and mindset of going through the motions in your training, you are going to develop that same mindset. Well, it's not even any different when you go into matches. It will just be the mindset you've been developing that you take into your matches, and suddenly you'll be going through the motions in your matches. But this applies to everything, guys, because if you're going into your strength training and conditioning with I'm going to go through the motions, that's going to seep into other areas. But here's the flip side. This is where it can benefit you. If you go into your strength and conditioning, you go into your recovery, you go into even your sleep schedule, you go into every single little area of your life that influences this thing, your career or other areas, that is going to seep into the bigger picture. So if for all of a sudden you're very disciplined with your sleep, you are getting an amazing amount of sleep, you are doing the things that are going to help you get deep sleep and recovery, and you are treating this as a thing that's like, I'm not going to go through the motions here. I'm going to make this something that I put a lot of emphasis on, that I prioritize, and boom, doing that, great. Okay, now how I do anything is how I do everything. Okay, so when I'm doing my stretching routines, I better make sure I'm very present. I better make sure I'm actually stretching out my body. I'm getting the muscles I really need to get to. I'm getting my whole body. I'm foam rolling. Maybe I'm even doing ice baths and other recovery work. Okay, now I'm actually putting importance on it. I'm actually putting priority on it. So that's going to seep into everything else. Now suddenly all these other areas you're putting priority on, and you're actually present when you're doing it. You're actually giving it your best, and it starts to filter into everything else. Because once you start in one area, you start to get a little bit lazy. You start to go through the motions a little bit. It will seep into other areas. And again, the only thing you need to remember is how you do anything is how you do everything. How you choose to show up in one moment is going to affect how you show up in the next. and it's just how it works. If you ever felt, for example, you've just had a lazy day and you've been lazy in things that have been completely unrelated to football, but then you've done some football related things and for some reason you're still kind of a little lazy, you're not on it, you're not really energized, you're not how you normally would be, let's say, in those moments, because how you do anything is how you do everything. You know, I can relate this to morning routines as well. Have you ever had it where if you're someone who does follow a morning routine, there's just one day where you weren't able to follow it, you woke up late, you just had a poor start. How did the rest of your day go? Probably not as good as those days when you followed your morning routine. Now, why is that? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. You've taken the attitude, the energy from that morning routine, how you started your day, and it seeped in, filtered into everything else in your day. It doesn't matter what category, but everything else, unless you've done something to change that energetically. So just keep in mind, how you do anything is how you do everything. So when you're training, when you're recovering, when you're analyzing matches, when you are in your matches themselves, make sure you are tuned in, you are giving your best. Because if you give your best in every single area of your life, it will seep into every area of your life. If you give half of your best in every area of your life, it'll seep into everything else as well. And so just keep that in mind, tattoo it on the inside of your eyelids. How you do anything is how you do everything. It's one of the most potent, important messages I could ever give you. It's one of the best mindsets I could ever give you. In fact, the guy who I mentioned, Peter Sage, who is someone who I'm mentoring under, at one of his events, he repeated, and this is like a high level, you know, kind of event for certain people, you know, it's for people who really want to take their life to the next level kind of deal. The one idea he repeated the whole time, all 3 days, and he even said, like, if you leave this event with one thing, it's this: how you do anything is how you do everything. All right, guys, so please apply that to your life, to your game, and I'll see you in the next video.